vertebrates, the embryonic notochord is normally replaced during development by a backbone, the vertebral column. Because this internal skeleton provides support without the armor-like weight of the arthropod exoskeleton, it has allowed vertebrates to achieve great size and mobility. The mouths of the earliest vertebrates did not include jaws. Today, two groups of jawless fishes survive, the hagfishes and the lampreys. The branch leading to modern hagfishes is the more ancient of the two. Although the hagfish body is stiffened by a notochord, hagfishes lack skeletal elements that surround and protect the nerve cord. For this reason, most systematists do not consider them to be vertebrates. Hagfishes live near the ocean floor, often burrowing in the mud, and feed primarily on worms. They will, however, eagerly attack dead and dying fish, using pincer-like teeth to burrow into their prey's body and consume the soft internal organs. The lamprey is recognizable by the large rounded sucker that surrounds its mouth and by the single nostril on the top of its head. The nerve cord of a lamprey is protected by segments of cartilage, so lampreys are considered to be true vertebrates. The earliest forms of jawed fishes have been extinct for 230 million years, that gave rise to the groups of jawed fishes that survive today: the cartilaginous fishes, the ray-finned fishes, and the lobe-finned fishes. Cartilaginous fishes include sharks and rays. These marine predators have skeletons formed entirely of cartilage. Ray-finned fishes are the most diverse vertebrates. Ray-finned fish are distinguished by the structure of their fins, which are formed by webs of skin supported by bony spines. In addition, ray-finned fishes have skeletons made of bone, a trait they share with the lobe-finned fishes and limbed vertebrates. Some bony fishes are members of a group called the lobe-finned fishes, which have fleshy fins that contain rod-shaped bones surrounded by a thick layer of muscle. Living fish with this feature actually constitute two distinct lineages that have been evolving separately for hundreds of millions of years. One lineage includes the coelacanths. The other lineage includes the lungfish, of which only 6 species have survived to modern times. The lungfish survivors are the closest living relatives of the tetrapods, which, instead of fins, have limbs that can support their weight on land, and fingers or toes on the ends of those limbs. Amphibians are tetrapods that straddle the boundary between aquatic and terrestrial existence. The limbs of amphibians show varying degrees of adaptation to movement on land, from the belly-dragging crawl of salamanders to the long leaps of frogs and toads. Amphibian lungs, however, are poorly developed and must be supplemented by the skin, which serves as an additional respiratory organ. This respiratory function requires the skin remain moist, a constraint that greatly restricts the range of amphibian habitats on land. In some amphibian species, fertilized eggs develop into aquatic larvae, such as the tadpoles of some frogs and toads. The reptiles include lizards, snakes, alligators, crocodiles, turtles, and birds. Reptiles evolved from an amphibian ancestor about 250 million years ago. Some reptiles, particularly desert dwellers, such as tortoises and lizards, are completely independent of their aquatic origins. They achieved this independence through a series of adaptations. One adaptation is the development of a shelled amniote egg, which can be buried in sand or dirt, far from water and hungry predators. The shell prevents the egg from drying out on land. An internal membrane, the amnion, encloses the embryo in the watery environment that all developing animals require. Other adaptations include a tough, scaly skin that resists water loss and protects the body, and internal fertilization, in which the male deposits sperm within the female's body. Although birds have traditionally been classified as a group separate from reptiles, biologists have shown that birds are really a subset of an evolutionary group that includes both birds and the groups that have been traditionally designated as reptiles. One branch of the reptile evolutionary tree gave rise to a group that evolved hair and diverged to form the mammals, a group that includes humans. The mammals first appeared approximately 250 million years ago, but did not diversify and become prominent on land until after the dinosaurs went extinct roughly 65 million years ago. In most mammals, fur protects and insulates the warm body. Legs designed for running rather than crawling make many mammals fast and agile. Mammals are named for the milk-producing mammary glands used by all female members of this class to suckle their young. The species of mammals include three main evolutionary lineages. Placental mammals, which include humans, have complex placentas and support the complete embryonic development of offspring within the uterus of the mother. Marsupials have offspring that develop initially in a uterus, but at a very immature stage are born and find their way into the mother's pouch, where the animal is nourished by milk and completes development. Monotremes are egg-laying mammals.